We're on. Welcome. If you're new to this channel, let me introduce myself. My name is Logan. This is Timeless Personal Growth and Development. And today what we're talking about is how to stay present and engaged in the current moment. But before we get started on that, you guys know what time it is? Story time. So get ready, get relaxed, get caffeinated, because here we go. Haven't said that in a while. But here we go, we'll get started. How to stay present and engaged in situations. There's so many distractions everywhere now. So many distractions in our global world that we live in our social media world, and just like everything. We're getting like 50 notifications on our phone all the time. We got a million things to do all the time. It's so distracting. So many things we want to do and accomplish throughout our day. Sometimes it's frustrating because we got our minds are going in 800 different directions, and we got a giant to-do list to do. Like, what do we do? How do we stay present, and how do we stay engaged in situations? I think step one, learn to compartmentalize. So what I mean by that, if you don't know what compartmentalize means, is you have compartments of your brain that you focus on. So you have a great way to practice compartmentalization, start working out. So whatever your workout routine is, whatever you're doing, you designate a time during the day to train and work out. And that's listening to music, listening to an audiobook that I like to do. You don't think about other things. And it's a great way to practice, to get your brain to practice to compartmentalize, to stay focused and engaged and connected to what you're doing in that present moment. And when you're working out, go put your phone in the other room. That's what I do. I got a little workout station here at home. I put my phone in the other room and I listen to my audiobook, and that's it. And if I hear notifications, I'll look at it when I'm done. I gotta compartmentalize my brain and focus on the workout and not get distracted and pulled into a million different directions. Step two, and I was out hiking with a friend yesterday, and we were talking about this, how to stay present and how to stay engaged in situations. And for us, we like to be outside. We like to be in the woods. We like to be in the wild, like to be in nature. We have our phones on us in case of emergency, but it stays in our backpack, and we learn to compartmentalize what we need to do, and we just disengage from our responsibilities, disengage from the week ahead of all the things we need to do, and we enjoy our hike, and we enjoy nature, we enjoy the wild, and we stay present in that moment, and we don't worry about other things. Step three is adopting the mentality of you cannot control your external world. You cannot control the uncontrollable. And when we could try to control our things in our little world that we know that are uncontrollable, it prevents us from moving forward. It prevents us from being engaged in what we're doing and connected to what we're doing, connecting with our own minds. As far as, like, let's say, dating, relationships, we can't control the other person to what to do what we want to do. So stop worrying about what so-and-so is doing and what so-and-so is not doing. Disengage from that person and focus on what you can control. On what you can control is you. Your own brain, your own mind, your own thoughts, your own emotions. That's what you can control. And when you're disconnected from here and trying to control your outside world all the time, trying to control other people, trying to control things that you know you can't control, what happens? You're just going to get more stressed out, you're going to get more anxiety, and you're just going to put yourself into a situation where you're not going to be able to connect at all. Because the most important person and thing to connect with is you, isn't here. That's what the most important thing to connect with. And people do it all the time now with our silly little phones all the time, just getting angry and getting frustrated, like, so-and-so hasn't texted me back in 5 hours, getting angry. It's like, maybe they're busy, maybe they're at work, maybe you said or did something that they didn't like, so they disengaged from you because they need to focus and control the things that they can control and not get sucked into a toxic situation. And phones specifically make it really, really bad. Really bad, because we like to be able to control things just through our little phones. Just to send out a message to control people. And mentally strong people, emotionally strong people, they're not going to fall for that. Weak-minded people, easily manipulated people, people who lack a sense of identity, will fall for that and will be easily manipulated and easily controlled. Because they're searching for that identity through someone else, because they lack an identity of themselves. And people who are strong-willed and who have a strong identity and very connected to themselves, they're not going to worry about the validation or manipulative tactics of someone else, or someone else trying to control their world, because maybe they have a certain amount of intuition and they can see what they're doing. When I go to work in the morning, when I work, I have my phone on me in case of emergencies, but I'm there, I'm engaged. I'm connected to what I'm doing. I'm connected to the people there in front of me, because the people there in front of me are the ones that matter in that moment. So when my work day is done, and then I go to my mother's for dinner at my mother's, I'm engaged there. I'm focused there. Because in that moment, my mother is what matters in that moment, because that's what I'm there for. As much as possible. That's what I'm there for. So I'm not worried. I'm not perfect at it. I'm not 100%, but there's, like anything else, nobody's perfect, and everybody has room to improve on any single aspect of their lives. Anything. Always trying to improve. Always trying to improve yourself all the time. I don't make these videos for you guys saying like, oh, I know how to live life. I know how to do things. Listen to me. I know the right way to conduct yourself in the world. No, I don't. I just figured out over time, over experiences, after so many failures and so many frustrations, what works for me. These tactics and these strategies and this way of thinking and the mindset that I've adopted myself works for me, and maybe it'll work for you. I'm not saying I know everything. Maybe what's worked for me has worked for you. What's worked with me to engage and connect with the present situation that I'm in is to be able to understand that what's on my external is I can't control that. I have no control over that. I have control over me and what I do and how I conduct myself in the world and how I present myself to other people. I control that. So the impact and influence that I will have over myself, over onto other people, that's going to build my quality of life and build my social circle and build the things that I want in my life. Got to be able to develop the ability to focus on the task at hand. Because if you're working on a project, if you're working with people and or at work and you're worried about a breakup, you're worried what this person thinks, that person thinks, and just like, that's going to prevent you and stop you from your performance in whatever it is you're doing at that present moment. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what's going on the external, what's going on at the other end of that text message exchange. It doesn't matter. What matters there in the moment, wherever your current place is in the moment, that's what matters. And that learning that ability to be present and engaged and stop focusing on the things you cannot control, because control is what? It's an illusion. It's not real. Not real. External control is not real. Internal control is the only sense of control that's real. The only thing. The definition of power is the ability to have control over your own life and your own emotions and your own mental mindset, and to be able to influence the direction that you want your life to go in, and be present and engaged in that moment, and learn to develop that ability. And on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, you can like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Logan Ryder, Timeless Personal Growth and Development. And I will see you all in another life. Have a great week.